coming out. And exciting day for us, big day. It's really a culmination of a lot of hard work by a lot of people for an extended period of time. You say a year, but it's more than a year. We really start the process 6 months, from a year and 6 months ago. And it's been a lot of hard work by the coaches, doing a tremendous job of getting out there, laying the foundation, establishing relationships with the coaches, first and foremost, and then getting the kids interested to come on campus. And we have found through the years, once we get them on campus, whether it's coming to our camp, one of our camps, or coming for an unofficial visit to a game, or coming on an official visit, once we get them on our campus, we've got a great shot at getting them. We really do, because I think they feel the energy of the university. The university sells itself, and we've got a lot of people here that do a tremendous job making the kids feel at home, feel welcome, because they're good, caring people. Recruiting process, again, it starts with the coaches. Assistant coaches doing a tremendous job, but it's a group effort. It takes everybody. It takes a great university, number one, and it takes a program that's on the rise that the kids believe in, and it takes a group of players that believe that. So when they come in here, they feel that, but also the support staff. And every person we have, I'm very fortunate, because our support staff, from our academic advisors to our trainers to our strength and conditioning, equipment, everything. I mean, they are people that come across as very passionate and very caring about the student athletes, because that's what they are. So it's again, once we get them here, we've got a great shot at getting them. And we put together a very good recruiting class. I think we helped ourselves in several ways. Number one, we helped ourselves with depth. We also helped ourselves with some guys that can come in and have an immediate impact on our team, immediate impact on this program. And that's the big thing. And we got really what we need across the board. We met most of our needs. And you look at, offense, defense. I think we had 12 on offense, 10 on defense. And, so we feel like we met most of our needs with a very good group of guys that where some of them were very heavily recruited. Not that matters, because we do our evaluations, and what we do, whether it's in camps, on film, we evaluate. If we like somebody and think they can fit into us, then we go after them, and we try to get them in here, regardless of where they're ranked or what other people think of them. And 15 of these 22 that we signed came to at least one of our camps. Some of them came to several of our camps, but 15 out of the 22 came to at least one of our camps, which is a huge number. It gives us a chance to get to know them, how they learn, their work ethic, how they relate to other people, what kind of leadership they have, and then it gives them a chance to see us and get to know what kind of people we are. So that's huge. Our camps and getting them on campus, like I said earlier, is huge. But couldn't be more excited about this class, and they're going to fit right in with the team right now that we have that sit out there in those chairs, that's extremely excited about what we're doing. And that locker room right now is the best it's been by far. And our guys believe, and I think our recruits that are coming in are new additions to our family, believe in what we're doing and where we're going. And there's nothing better than that when you got a group of guys that believe in what you're doing, and these guys do. So I guess at that time, open up to any questions anybody might have. And geographically, we feel good about what we did. We've got, I want to make sure I get it right, we've got 10 from South Florida. All right, 10 players from South Florida, which is obviously always a heavy emphasis for us. 9 in Dade, 1 in Palm. We've got 4 in the Jacksonville area, 2 in Tallahassee, 5 in Central Florida, and 1 in Georgia. And again, our camps up in Tampa and Jacksonville that we have, as well as our camps here, are huge in attracting those kids. So I think all the ones up in Jacksonville and Tallahassee, went to one of our camps. So geographically, we're hitting the state. 21 out of the 22 are from the state of Florida, 1 in Georgia. And we couldn't be more excited about that. Last thing I want to say before I open up, we have 4 mid-year guys coming in that are already here, enrolled in school. They've been going for a few weeks. Tyree Johnson, defensive back. Anthony Jones, a wide receiver / running back. Furman Silva, a defensive end. And Christian Alexander, quarterback. So we got 4 guys that are here already, fitting in with our guys, and looking forward to competing in the spring. So that's huge to be able to get guys here mid-year. So at this point, I'd like to open it up. Anybody has any questions? I'm not sure. We didn't announce him last year, so first time coming in this January. He actually was going to sign. It would have been in last year's class, but we redshirted. So I'm not sure how you want to count him. I just know he's with us. For this one, right now, we're pretty much done. Yeah, pretty much done, yeah. He picked up the recruitment on him and went up to see him. No, we've been on, he was in our camp in Tampa. We've been on him for a long time, liked him for a long time, offered him a long time ago. And, you know, we were just in a battle with some other schools, and he committed to us a couple days ago. Very good player. We're excited about him. Outstanding speed, good size and outstanding speed. Yeah. Yeah, I think it shows some of the progress that we're making. You know, the caliber of guys that we're recruiting, based on our evaluations, but the caliber of young men that we're recruiting. There are a lot of other people who had the same evaluations as us and came after them, and a lot of these kids committed to us early, and you know, we know what those commitments mean. They don't necessarily mean a whole lot. So a lot of people came in and tried to take them, and yeah, to me, it's a tribute to their integrity and their character that they stuck with us. You know, they got on campus, they liked what we're doing, they believed in us, and a lot of them had chances to go other places, and they said, no, I committed to FIU, that's where I'm going. And that's one of the things we talked about. We want guys that want to be here. We want guys that want to be a part of this, that believe in what we're doing, because we got a room full of guys out here and down in that locker room that really believe in what we're doing, like I said earlier. So we want guys to say, hey, this place is going somewhere. That program's taking off, and we want to be a part of it. And we believe that's what we've got.
Fit what you're trying to do. I mean, you can have as many stars as you want. If you don't fit, and you guys don't want to do it, it doesn't work at all.
That's a great question, because I think that's critical. And I think too many people make mistakes in recruiting, and I've seen it year after year after year. They look at the guy's rating, and, oh, he's a 4-star, he's a 3-star, let's go after him. Or, who's recruiting this guy? Well, he's got offers from these 10 schools, well, let's offer him. I mean, I see guys actually offer people without even watching film on them or without even watching practice. And we are not going to do that. And that's probably something, I believed in it anyway, but then when I went from college and tried to sell that and get that going, I believed it. But when I got to the NFL, it really sold it, that it doesn't matter what other people say. You know, get what you're looking for. You know, you watch the film, you study them, you get to know their personality, and then get guys that fit what you want to do. I mean, to me, that's the key to recruiting. And it's probably sells more tickets and probably gets the alumni a little more excited to see, well, they got this number of 4 stars or 3 stars, or they're ranked here. But to me, the bottom line is, when they get here, are they going to help you? And we feel we got a really good class based on what we observed and we evaluated.
Because of your experience in the NFL, obviously, you watched the Super Bowl, there were no 5-star high school recruits in the Super Bowl. I played in the Super Bowl, both of them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just know there are a lot of great players out there, and Russell Wilson's a perfect example. I mean, everyone said coming out he was too small, he's too this, too that. I mean, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and there's a lot of examples of that. You know, some guys are football players and some aren't, and that's what I tell our guys when we evaluate the film. I want to get football players. I don't want to get somebody that has all the measurables. And again, you see that in the NFL. You get guys that have the height, the weight, the speed, everything, but they're not necessarily great on film. I said, let's go get guys that are great on film. And the guys we get, maybe they're not 6'2", maybe they're 6 foot or 6'1", you know, and maybe they're 10 pounds lighter than some other guys, or maybe instead of a 4'4", they run a 4'5", but they're really good football players, and that's what we're looking for.
What's the players last year that were able to compete with our starter and the still in this class we see that they can compete?
Well, you know, I think we have quite a few guys that can. I think the skill guys, obviously, it's a little bit easier. Let me look at my list here. I think the skill guys, it's a little bit easier for them. The first one probably that comes to mind is Anthony Jones out of Central. You know, tremendous player. You know, you watch the film and he just makes play after play after play. I mean, he is a very, very talented guy, and he's here in the spring, so that's going to help him a lot. Christian Alexander and Maurice Alexander, the 2 quarterbacks. I am really excited about both of them. I think they are both very good quarterbacks, and they're going to come in and compete right away. And that's something that Alex knows. Just like he came in last year and competed, these guys are coming in competing. And I think both of them have something special about them. I really do. I think they're ability-wise, leadership-wise, character-wise, they've got what you're looking for in a quarterback. They've got something special about them. And I could see that the first time I saw Maurice Alexander. He came into camp, and everyone said he's too short, he doesn't weigh enough, and all that kind of stuff. All I know, I sat and talked to the kid, and he walked out. I said, that kid's got the it factor you look for in a quarterback. I watched him go out in camp around kids he didn't even know, and they were all gravitating towards him, like you want from a quarterback. And then I watched him throw. And I said, okay, that's enough. Let's offer this kid. He's a good player. And really the same thing with Christian. They're both outstanding players. Christian was a 5-year starter in high school, which I don't think I've ever heard of, for a quarterback to be a 5-year starter, and a very, very good player. So both those guys are going to come in and compete. I think all of our receivers will have a chance. Austin Maloney's a guy that we're really excited about, that I think has a chance to come in and compete. So, there are a bunch of them. There are a bunch of guys there that I think can come in. Like I said, some are going to provide depth, and some are going to come in and have a chance to be impact players. Julian Williams, another receiver, a mature kid, very mature kid that is very physical and a playmaker. So we've got a bunch of them, and I know I'm leaving some off.
But you have to measure who can contribute now and who you have to project from a couple of years from now. How do you factor in those numbers?
Yeah, again, you look at your needs. Certain areas, you say, we got to get somebody to help us right away. In these areas, well, maybe not. Maybe we're looking a year from now. And that usually is with the linemen, especially offensive linemen, where you can get those guys, let them develop for a year or two, and then they play. So in those guys, you look for guys that have the good size, good range, maybe not as heavy as you want, maybe it's not as strong as you want right now, but they've got the height, they've got the length, and they can get to that point. But that's a fine line, because certain areas you got to get guys, you want to get guys that are going to help right away, and others, you're going to develop them.
Still comfortable in this recruiting class that you're going to do what you guys want compared to the first 2 years to get out of this class and recruiting in this cycle differ from the first 2 years?
Really greatly. Differed greatly, just because the first year we had 2 weeks to recruit. We had about 8 guys that were committed that we ended up taking, and a few others. They had about 2 weeks last year. We had a full year, so it was better. We got more of the guys that we're looking for. We had a really good class last year. And the third year, I think is even better, because we know the high school coaches better. We've been in the area now a couple of years. They see what we're doing, and that's the response I got from high school coaches all over the state. They're all saying, we love what you're doing. Love the way you guys play. We can see you're building something down there, and that helped us get a lot of these guys.
And you're down in South Florida, you're able to get 9 guys plus pretty good balance for that. How important moving forward and for this class particular wasn't to recruit in this area, South Florida,
Oh, it's huge. That's it all begins there, and that's huge for us. And our coaches do a great job of getting out in those areas and recruiting those kids. So that's always going to be the key for us, is to recruit locally. Yeah. You mean the 4 guys that came mid-year? Yeah, that's huge, because if they're not here, at mid-year, then you're waiting to sign them, on February 4th. Another 5-6 weeks go by. 5 weeks go by, and a lot of things could happen during that time. So to get them here is huge, just to know we have them, and that impacts some decisions we make with some other kids. Now we look and say, well, we got these guys, so we don't need somebody else. So it definitely does. And plus just the fact that they can be here during the spring to start learning our system, get in our weight room, get around our guys, and start learning our system is huge for them to have a chance to play. Okay. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you at the reception tonight. Good. Thank you.